With over 100,000 plus people on the national transplant waiting list, 4,000 of those people live right here in the Mid-South area. That's Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Sitting at 83%, kidneys still remain the most needed organs that patients on the waiting list need. Majority of those patients are African Americans. Hello, my name is Octavius and I'm your host for today's Conversations 901, and I am a 20-year post-kidney transplant recipient, the author of Becoming a Living Testimony, My Journey Through Kidney Disease and How It Blessed My Life, a donations advocate and a digital communications coordinator at Mid-South Transplant Foundation. I'm super excited to have you guys with us today. For today's show, it's gonna be very special because here in August, it is National Minority Donor Awareness Month. And what better place than to talk about it, right? So today I have the honor to interview two very important women who are Miss Tribus Barnes and Miss Ebony Jordan. Both are kidney transplant recipients, and also they have a special connection as a donor family. So stay tuned for today's show and look forward to seeing this story play out.
Thanks for tuning in to Conversations with Betty Lamarr, coming to you live from the Bluff City. Conversations is weekly wall-to-wall talk about all things Memphis and the Mid-South. Conversations with Betty include people just like you, living on the Bluff, doing what you do to uplift the city of Memphis.
Miss Tribus Barnes, first of all, thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me today.
No problem. So I heard through a little birdie that you just passed your 26th kidney transplant anniversary. Congratulations. Yes. So tell me, what's the secret? Because look, I'm at 20. I'm trying to get to where you are. How you get to 26? What's the secret?
Just do what you're supposed to do. Follow all the direction that the doctor tells you to do.
Okay.
The most important thing is take your medication.
Okay.
That will get you far and beyond of your transplant.
Okay. So, Ms. Barnes, let's take it back a little bit. So I heard that you started dialysis at 23.
Yes.
And so what was that journey like for you on dialysis?
It was scary at first.
Okay.
Because I didn't know nobody. I didn't know what was going on or whatever. But I was at work and I got sick. I had a lot of, like, you know how you get whooping with switches and you have whelps and stuff. And so it was like that. And I went to the doctor and they were saying my kidneys was failing.
Okay.
So after that, I went on dialysis, stayed on there for 3 years.
Okay.
I ran 2 hours and 15 minutes. They said they never had nobody to run that short. My kidneys were still working. They weren't fully gone completely.
Okay.
So just 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I was the only young person there, and that only ran 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And it was a great experience, and it was a scary experience because I was around the older people, and they were saying that by me being in here, that running like that, I would not make it. Okay. And the medications were so expensive, I wasn't gonna make it. But like I told her, I serve a good God.
Okay, come on.
And then I told her, it's a lot of programs that's out here, because if you get the transplant, it's gonna be somebody to help you. Yeah. To get your medications, don't worry about how much it costs. Yep. You talk to a social worker, and the social worker will help you. Yeah. If they don't help you, they still got more programs out there will help you more instead of just say no. Okay. So after that I did, and I'm on my journey. All right. Of 26 years.
Right, so you did dialysis with adults. So with me, I did it with children. And it was definitely a scary experience as well, because at least for me, going into the dialysis unit, all these beeping machines, all this noise, and people crying, babies crying, it was traumatizing to say the least. Yes. But I would say it was tough. It was tough But hey, we got through it, right?
Yes, yes.
So you said you was on dialysis for 3 years.
Yes.
So did you do at-home dialysis or did you do in-center dialysis?
I started off in the center.
Okay.
Then when they told me about peritoneal dialysis, and I did it at home. I did it at home for a year. Okay. And after I did it at home for a year, you have all the supplies and everything all over the house and everywhere.
Out of boxes.
And I did that for a whole year. Okay. And I liked it because I wanted to travel.
Okay, so you got a little bit more freedom with it.
Yes, gotcha. Yes. I was so excited to do that instead of going in the center, because in the center, you can't travel unless your social worker will find you somewhere, wherever your city you're going. Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, now, after your transplant, so when you got the call, yes. Let's talk about the call. Ooh. So for us as transplant recipients, the call is the highlight of our journey, right?
Yes.
So what was that? Take us back to that day when you got the call for your transplant.
I had went in and did my hemo, my 2 hours and 15 minutes, and they was telling me what I'll be looking for to give you a beeper. And when that beeper, when they call on that beeper, you have to come. You have 1 hour to get to the hospital. Okay. So that morning, the young lady was telling me, I'd be scared, don't do it. But I told her, I serve a good God, so I'm going. So when they called me, I was crying and scared. I was so happy. Yeah. And when I went, it went so fast, but I just stayed in the hospital for 3 days or whatever like that, and everything went well.
Did you have a living donor or a deceased donor?
It was deceased.
Okay. Do you know anything about your donor?
No, he's from Portland. It was a guy.
Okay.
A man, young man from Portland, Oregon. Okay. So he had 2 kidneys and 2 livers. Okay. So he gave 2 people right next door to me. I got 1 kidney and the other one had another kidney. So we couldn't go and see one another because we had just had the transplant, so they didn't want us to visit nobody. Yeah. But I was so excited.
Yeah. It's great. So for me, my donor was my dad. Yes. So I had a living donor, so I didn't have a deceased donor. So he's still here today kicking and acting crazy, as we do. Yeah. Within the community of us as transplant recipients, I believe it's our duty to be an influence for the community, because as we know, organ and tissue donation is very taboo in the city or in the States as well. But when we come back, we're gonna talk more about that. And thank you so much for being here. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
This is Dr. Chinelo Animalo, the host of Medical Class 901 with Dr. Chi, and this is the show that talks about the major infections that plague us here in our Memphis community. So please make sure you tune in every Sunday at 6:30 to get a glimpse of this class. See you then.
Welcome back to Conversations 901. Again, I'm your host, Octavius VZ, and right now we are here with the amazing Miss Ebony Jordan. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Good. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
So, I'm so excited to talk to you. There's so much to talk about.
Okay.
But I want to first start off with your journey.
Okay.
So I've heard that you was on dialysis for quite some time.
27 and a half years.
What? Oh my God. Tell us a little bit about that, and what was that journey like for you?
Well, when I was 11, I developed nephrotic syndrome. Okay. They told me by the time I turned 21, I would be on dialysis. Okay. It happened when I was 19. Dialysis it was hard. Yeah. I, too, was the baby of the facility. Okay. Everyone was much older than me. I was just 19. I come in there, it's just a scary place. Yeah. But the thing is I did it both ways. I did a peritoneal first. Okay. Then I did hemo. Okay. So I had to go on hemo. They said for a little while. Okay. A little while ended up being forever.
Right. Yeah, 27 years. Oh my goodness. Right. Yeah,
don't forget the half. 27 and a half.
Look, we need that half.
I need that half. I did the half. Right.
Right. Okay, cool. So you said you had children. How many kids do you have?
2. A boy and a girl. When I started dialysis, they were like 2 and 4.
Okay, so you had babies going through this. Wow, okay. So, interesting. Wow, 27 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And another thing, you know, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got to toot my own horn because I do believe that I am the longest running person on dialysis to receive a kidney.
Come on.
So at this point, I'm currently getting into the Guinness Book of World Records.
Come on, I love that.
For real.
Congratulations.
I'm dead serious.
Yes.
Dead serious.
All right, so now that we heard your story, let's go to the amazing moment of
the phone
getting
call.
that call. Because look, that call is everything.
The call happened so fast because, like I said, I had been on dialysis for so long.
Yeah.
And the way they explained it to me was the year that I started dialysis was the way that they put me on the list. Okay. So I went straight to the top. I bypassed a whole lot of people by me starting in 1991. Okay. So I didn't think I was gonna get a call in 6 months. It only took 6 months.
Wow.
6 months to get the call. I got the call. I was in the kitchen cooking, and they called me. And the first time I honestly didn't answer the phone. And then the phone rang again. And I said, well, and I answered it, and I said, oh my God. And they were like, well, how long would it take? I said, I'm on the way now. They said, well, you got to, no ma'am, I'm on the way now.
I'm on my way now.
Now, I say 15 minutes from, I'll be there. So I got there, and it was just, I mean, it's an overwhelming experience. I know that when I came out of surgery, my brother, he was one of the first people to come see me, and he was like, your skin is just glowing.
Listen, when I take after my transplant, it's like the skin cleared up. I was a little darker, so my skin brightened up. All the bumps went. I'm like, I can be a model now.
Right,
we ready.
Right.
So with that, after your transplant, what was that experience like for you? Like once you woke up from surgery,
when I was like, is it over? Y'all, they through? You know what's going on? But my first real true thing is when I. Not being funny, when I went to the bathroom. Okay. Because a lot of people don't know that once your kidneys stop, you stop. There is no going to the bathroom.
Right. So a lot of people.
I had not been in over 20 years.
Yeah. For the audience out there, when it comes to kidney disease, sometimes with us who are on dialysis, going to the restroom isn't sometimes for some people, as Ms. Jordan said, sometimes you don't get to go. So I've heard stories of recipients who got their transplant and people just being excited to go to the restroom.
Yes.
As crazy as it is, it's a real thing. Just to be able to go is a blessing in itself.
Right. I mean, it's like a feeling that you never thought you'd ever miss.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? I'm like, well, especially like going out, like, you know, you go out with your friends or whatever. It's like you're the one that's always left at the table. And shoot, I had to start being the one I got to go to.
Okay, look, I love it.
Right.
So with your transplant, did you know anything about your donor? Or
not in the beginning. I didn't. I was curious though. Okay. I just said, they was like, okay, Ms. Jordan, we need you to write a letter, which they didn't have to tell me to do that. I'm gonna do that anyway. And I just said, well, okay.
That's great. So for the audience, a lot of times with us as kidney recipients or a recipient period, with Mid-South Transplant Foundation, the recipients get to write the donor families, whether they write cards or letters, and just to kind of keep that conversation within the family, trying to establish that connection. Some recipients get to meet their families or their donor families, some do not. But the recipients do get to write the family as they please, and it's a great experience.
It is. It's a humbling experience. I mean, because you want to know what's going on in you too.
Right.
So, like I said, I embraced it, and I was like, well, shoot, these people they gonna want to meet me, because I want to know. I just wanted to know, and I was just grateful to know.
Yeah. How was your family accepting of, I guess, organ and tissue donation with you as far as going on dialysis? Did they have anything to say about that, or like what was their reaction?
Well, everybody's reaction was at first couldn't nobody believe it, you know. Because then I found out later in life that my mother's father had kidney failure.
Okay.
So what I have is hereditary.
Okay.
So no one else got it but me.
Okay. Lucky us, right?
Right. And to this day, nobody has it.
Okay, great.
You know, no one. But my family, they're all donors. They signed up to be donors.
Okay, so they're registered donors.
And they understand because, like I said, my kids grew up with me sick.
Yeah.
So they know.
They
know
how
important it is. Right. So, and I'm just glad that that they've been there the whole way. They got to meet my family too, and I say it was just no dry eye.
Yeah,
there.
So it's definitely an experience, and I think it's very important for not only the city of Memphis, but for the world to know how important organ and tissue donation is.
And it is, because we can't take it with us. There's nothing we can do with it.
Okay, so why not leave it here, right?
Right.
So before we keep going, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're gonna talk about this special connection between Miss Demetrius and Miss Ebony. We got a special announcement for you guys, and we're gonna talk more about the importance of organ and tissue donation. So you guys stay right here, and when we come back from these sponsored messages, we'll be right back.
Is your relationship silently asking for help? Discover the top 3 signs your relationship needs restoration. Scan the QR code or visit cree-life.com to get your free copy today. Because clarity is the first step to healing. And now, back to the show.
Welcome back to Conversations 901. It's me, your host, Octavius VZ. As I said earlier, I am the author of Becoming a Living Testimony, my journey through kidney disease and how it blessed my life. So today's segment, as we talked about the importance of organ and tissue donation, but I have a confession. Now, I know you guys, in the early segments, you heard me talk to Miss Demetrius and Miss Ebony. Well, Miss Demetrius Barnes is my mother. So, Mom, first of all, I'm so excited to be here and talking with you. For those people who don't know, we're also a donor family.
Yes.
And with me and my mom being both kidney transplant recipients, she had another son, my brother Reginald Smith, who was also a registered donor. But unfortunately, he passed. So I wanted to give it to you, Mom, to tell us about the experience that Reggie told you about registering. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. He was saying when he was going down to it was time to get his driver license renewed.
Okay.
And when he had told me to come with him, that he wanted to be an organ tissue donor. Okay. And I told him, good. I said, why you doing that? And he said, Mom, they helped you and my brother. So I want to be a blessing to somebody else to let my legacy live. So I want to do that. You're not asking me to do it. I'm telling you I'm going to do it because they help you. And if anything happened to me, I want to help someone else and let my legacy live on with somebody else because I can't take them with me. At least it can still be here helping somebody else out if they need a kidney or whatever organ tissue donor they need, and I will
help. Yeah.
Help
so
out.
It's important because for parents who have teenage children, it's important that we let them know that organ and tissue donation affects all of us, specifically in the African American community, and to educate your children and to educate yourself about the importance of organ and tissue donation. For one donor could save 8 lives with their organs and up to 75 lives with their tissues. Luckily, gratefully, with my brother Reggie, he saved and enhanced the lives of up to 67 people. So just imagine one person helping, saving, and enhancing the lives of 67 people, one person. So do not educate yourself. Please educate yourself about organ and tissue donation and how it can help and save lives. So with my mom, we got a special new addition to the family. So Reggie has passed, how long ago it's been? About 4 or 5 years? 5 years now. And so as we was talking earlier, you remember Miss Jordan that we talked to in the last segment? Well, Miss Jordan is our new addition to the family. She is the recipient of my brother's kidney, one of my brother's kidneys. So it was an amazing family reunion, I would say, because as you can imagine, I can speak from a sibling perspective, how hard it is to lose a sibling, and to go through the motions of, being raised together, doing a lot of things together, and to, having to deal with the pressure of losing a sibling or losing a loved one, period. I can only imagine what that was like for my mom. I can tell you now, she didn't take it very well, because it was quite a journey, very emotional journey, a very hard journey. But what I'm grateful for, with us as recipients, we knew how important organ and tissue donation was. And even if my brother didn't register to be a donor, I'm confident enough to know with me and my mom, we would still, say yes to organ and tissue donation, because he could be a blessing to other people. As I said earlier, 67 people. So we're gonna go to the day where we got the call that we found out who one of my brother's recipients were, and she was living right here in Memphis. So, Miss Jordan, we're gonna bring you back in. Okay. And first of all, thank you again for being here. It's a dream. Thank you so much for doing this. And so let's talk about the viral moment that we had as a family in meeting each other. Right. Because for a lot of people who don't know or haven't had the chance to see, our story was featured on, oh my goodness, NBC TV, Yahoo News, ABC TV, Fox 13, Channel 5, Channel 3. It was over 1 million views from the reactions that we got from our meeting, Miss Ebony. So let's go back to that moment. So, Ebony, what was it like knowing you was going to get to meet us?
Well, when they called me and they asked me if I want to do it, and I said, well, yeah. I mean, I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting for this. Didn't know it was going to happen that quick, but I've been waiting on this day. And when they got us there to the hospital, and I was having a nervous meltdown. Mm-hmm. I mean, before I was like, why am I so emotional? I was okay before I got there, but it's like we getting to the point, and I just cried. I couldn't do that. I couldn't stop crying.
Yeah, it was definitely, the emotions was in the air.
It was. And it was just, you just don't know. It just changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Mom, what was that experience like for you, knowing we was about to get to actually meet Reggie again, but to that meeting with Ebony, how was that for you?
It was so exciting. I was nervous, shaking, just crying, because I got a teddy bear with his heartbeat. But to listen to his kidney in person, and when I felt it and knowing that he was a blessing to this young lady, it was a blessing to me to let me know that he still is alive. And it's important for the tissue donors and organ donors, because he didn't ask me to do the register, because when he said someone helped mom and brother, and I feel like that I was signed to help another person, let his legacy live. So it's very, very important to let your family people know, or let your loved ones who they're in the household to know that you're registered, because if you don't, your organs will go on with you instead of helping someone.
Yeah. And I think for me, as the sibling of Reggie, once we met Miss Ebony, for me, I was having to be strong for my mom, because I know it was going to be hard for her. So even though me being strong for her, I had to learn to, be strong for me too, because it was a very emotional moment. Despite all the cameras, all the lights, everything, it was an emotional moment, but it's a more powerful moment to be a true example of what organ and tissue donation look like with us and our family, and to be that example and influence to let people know that organ and tissue donation does work and it is important. Because if somebody didn't say yes to organ and tissue donation, none of us would be here. And what I tell people is to always put yourself in those people, in those shoes. Like if you or your loved one was in need of an organ, you would want one to be readily available when they need it, so they won't have to go through the pressures of dialysis or having to get an LVAC if they need a heart transplant or any of those other situations. But organ and tissue donation is very important. I highly tell people to educate yourself. Don't be so misguided from the negativity that you see online. Go to reputable sources like MidSouthTransplant.org or Donate Life America, Donate Life Tennessee, to get those facts. Don't be discouraged by the misconceptions, because a lot of times people mix and screw information without knowing the facts. And as we know, negativity travels fast more than positivity, right?
Right.
So it's always best to educate yourself for yourself versus listen to what everybody else got to say. Educate yourself first. So with us here now, being a part of each other's lives, we got to do Christmas and everything where we met up and took pictures. And I would say, as we get ready to close the show, for you guys, what advice, so Mom, I'm gonna start with you first. So as a mother of a child who passed, what advice would you give to that mother who may be struggling to accept the fact that their child has passed and they're not sure if they want them to be an organ or tissue donor? What would you say to them?
It was hard. It really was hard when my son passed. It really was. He was the baby and 24 years old. That's very hard. And another thing, that the organs, whatever organ, he was healthy. He wasn't on no kind of drugs, no alcohol or anything. So that's how he ended up helping 67 people. So it's very, very important to register. You don't have to register at the DMV or whatever. You can do it within your home. If you do it in your home, you ain't got to let everybody know what you're doing or whatever. So you can do it online. But for my thing is, I'm glad he was an organ donor, because it helped a lot of people, and it helped this young lady also. Because if I would have been mean and say, no, I don't want to, be a registered donor, she would still be on dialysis. So I feel like, since we a family donor, this one with Reggie help of the 67. So I feel like it's good to be a donor. Don't get a misconception of it ain't gonna work or whatever. This lady, I'm 26 years of in it, you 20, and her. So I feel like it's a good thing to register, to be a donor, because it's not just your transplant of kidneys or what, it's tissue, eye, it's a lot of things, help cancer, it's a lot of things. So please, please, please be an organ donor.
Miss Ebony, I'm gonna bring it to you. So if you can give us a quick response so we can get ready to wrap the show up. So what would you say to a person who is on the fence of becoming a donor?
Well, I do know people that are on the fence, and I just try to tell them that it helped me. I would still be on dialysis. Who's to say what would have happened to me back then? Yeah. And I was really coming to my wit's end. Access is not working anymore, and I know that that's what I needed. Yeah. So I just stress to people to donate. I mean, and you don't have to give up everything that you can give what you want to give. Okay. But just give, just help somebody, because it could be your child, it could be your grandchild that's coming up, it can be your sister's child, it could be anybody. Exactly. Help your family. I mean, we all a family at the end of the day.
Exactly. So first of all, again, thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you all for being a part of this amazing segment on Conversations 901. I'm your host, Octavius VZ, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. And until next time, always believe in yourself, because I know I believe in you. Take care.